3 signs that you have not let your spouse go the way that God needs you to, and like you didn't even realize, okay, that you're doing this, but you are. You are still watching for movement. You're watching the bank statements. You are watching their social media, all right? You are looking for anything, okay? The natural realm is your compass, all right? You base everything off of what you physically can see. That is not true surrender. So letting them go requires trusting God. And in the beginning, it feels a little funky because it might feel like you're losing them forever, and that's not the case. It's just you have to move out of the way so God can work. So if you're still doing all of these different things, also another sign is if you are reaching out, okay, to different people explaining, what God has already promised you, you ain't really let them go. You got to really let them go, okay? Healing and going to people are 2 different things, all right? Because when you're healing, that means the intent and the heart posture is totally different. That means that you are pursuing a route, not just so that you can get the end result you want, but because you want to be a better person yourself, all right? So if all of your conversations are surrounded around what they did and the other woman in the divorce process and why this and why that, you have not fully surrendered them. Next, you do not live your life or make certain choices because they're not there. You don't want to take that job because he's not back yet. You don't want to do this because he's not back yet. You don't want to take yourself out to eat because he's not back yet. Like your future and like just your reality, your present right now is based on his absence. You need to let him go so you can heal, and God can, because sometimes you might have to shift and do things outside of your comfort zone to actually heal, to be ready for them to come back. So it's like right now you're not doing that because you're like, well, I just want to sit here and wait till, he comes back. You missing out on opportunities for yourself. It's like your focus is on them. I used to do that. I used to sit in the house. I'm not speaking from a place that I never been, okay? So, yeah, you got to let them go so that you can be free within yourself. Don't stay stuck in the house or don't stay stuck, still do things for yourself, okay? So that you can be happy without them, okay? I think I did more than 3, but I got one that really used to get me. You imagine your reunion over your own healing. You visualize and you imagine and you just think about if he come back and all of that. Your entire you fantasize about the reunion more than your own healing. I used to do this now. I just used to feel like, the old times. I would think about the old times and, if I shouldn't have did this and yeah. That right there will keep you stuck, girl, because speaking from my experience, I just was so in love with the person I experienced before everything went crazy, and I had to have a hard reality that he was no longer that person. That person has never returned, okay? But during that time, I just used to always wanted to. I was more focused on us getting back together more than what God wanted to do in me. And it hindered me so much because I feel like it just delayed so much of things that I probably feel like I could have probably healed faster. I'm still healing from stuff, to be honest with you. And I do think that, if I focus more on healing, then I probably wouldn't still have some cracks, that I still have to overcome myself. I want to encourage you and let you know that God shapes your life. God shapes your life. The key thing is to include God in everything. And sometimes know what God is saying, because This life is just not about you getting your spouse back. You guys, it is so important that we master surrender, because when you get your spouse back, you're going to have to master letting certain things go. You're going to have to master, all right, releasing arguments. You're going to have to master overcoming an offense. You're going to have to master these things, all right, because it won't be perfect. You know, your flesh, their flesh. So right now, if you was a little like trying to figure out, dang, why God, let them go. Okay, release them. I tell people this all the time. You can't let them go without God. You need to ask God and say, Lord, I pray that you help me to let this person go. Help me to let this go. Help me to with my thought process, and help me to forgive them. This is what you need to do. Okay, I love you guys. And wait a minute. Several people have asked me to extend the Severing Her Influence ebook bundle and the Lust Breakthrough ebook bundle. Y'all, we do this all the time, okay? So, of course, the last day for Severing Her Influence and the Lust ebook Breakthrough bundle is on Monday, all right? Monday is the finale. I have other resources that God has me wanting to release. I have another 2 more ebooks for people who are confused if God wants them to stand, all right? If God actually called them to stand, I'm going to be writing that on what that process looks like. And then I'm going to have another one coming out about money. So you guys have a better understanding on how to overcome financial battles when you're standing, and what that looks like in prayers, because the enemy will attack your money, all right, while you're fighting for your covenant. Okay, but that's coming out released after Monday, sometime next week. But right now, I want you guys to know that Lust ebook breakthrough bundle has been extended till Monday, and Severing Her Influence, if your spouse is with the third party, that in itself is extended until Monday. I love y'all. I see y'all in the next video.